So once upon a time, I was totally obsessed with MMA, and that's all I wanted to do was fight and coach, talk about the fights, all that good stuff. And I still think about it quite often, but at least it's given me some inspiration for some better videos. If you guys are not familiar with Conor McGregor versus Jose Aldo, it was really kind of crazy. Conor McGregor had this crazy vision of how he wanted to win the title and be the biggest superstar, and because of that, he disrespected Jose Aldo for a year and a half straight. I mean, he mentally terrorized the guy, just said the meanest, nastiest things he could and just tried to get in his head. And he did, and it worked, and he won the fight. And Jose Aldo, after the fight, he didn't say that he hated Conor or anything like this. He said that he thought Conor was a good person and he was a guy who just had a vision. For him to say that was tremendous. And recently, Jose Aldo actually had a boxing match, and it ended in a draw. And McGregor seemed to take a shot at him by saying, I think me and Aldo should box. Aldo's fighting at 135. Conor can barely make 170. I don't know. It just wasn't the thing to say. And Aldo acted kind of uncharacteristic and just said, fuck you, Conor. All that guy does is talk shit. He wins the belt and then he runs away and all this. And everybody kind of laughed and was kind of like glad that Aldo was finally sticking up for himself against this guy who's, just a bully, to be honest with you. And then I think it was about a week later, he retracted what he said. He apologized. He actually apologized to Conor and said, hey, man, that was out of line. I didn't mean to disrespect you, blah, 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 blah. Nobody that's a fan of Jose Aldo ever really let go of that McGregor stuff. So for Jose Aldo to say out loud, that he's sorry for something that he said to Conor, that truly, truly, truly shows forgiveness and humility and him trying to do the right thing or be a good guy, even if things aren't going his way. He didn't take it personally, and he doesn't hate Conor. A lot of people do hate Conor. Like, I hated him for a while. Like, I just thought he was such a jerk, and I thought he corrupted, pretty much the only sport I ever loved. What he ended up doing is bringing in a big fan base, but a lot of those fans they're not really wise to a lot of things in the sport and about the sport. And, it is what it is. But for the one guy that should hate Conor and kind of has every right to hate him, for him to say that, no, it's cool, I think he's a good guy, and I'm sorry for what I said. That's crazy, man. It's tremendous forgiveness and humility. And, it seems to be that Jose Aldo has a very good relationship with God. And he's just a really great, representative for the sport, for MMA, for boxing, for jiu-jitsu, for all of it. They call him the King of Rio. He's got 11 straps at home, 11 titles, and that was a big deal to me for a long time. But hearing him be a humble man, and having love for somebody who basically tried to destroy his legacy, I mean, it just shows what kind of character he has. So if you're an MMA fan or a boxing fan, because Aldo's a boxer now, and you're looking for somebody that's doing it right, living right, Jose Aldo is definitely your guy. And maybe that'll rub off on Conor McGregor too.